Let me kick off. Tell me a little bit about, obviously, Waveline. What's the main thing? Obviously, how long have you been using Simpro for?
So I'm using Simpro for about 3 years.
Okay. And what's the main thing you're looking for from our solution to assist the business?
We want to try and make Simpro a bit more like ServiceMate.
That's what we'll definitely be able to do for you. So I'm assuming two-way communication.
Yeah. Track all the communication so the text can see, and then like what's been said between obviously the office and the
Perfect.
client, and then obviously what the tech has said as well.
Perfect. That's exactly what we
And
offer.
automate some booking stuff if we can.
Yep. So we could send appointment reminders for within the scheduling within Simpro.
Yep.
Yep. And maybe if you wanted assistance with chasing quotes, or can I ask you? I've got a couple of questions on my screen here.
Yeah.
Just to get a feel for your business, I'll just share them with you. How long have you been running your business for?
About 3 years.
Your own business. Okay, so you pretty much kicked off with Simpro.
Yep.
How big is the team that you've got there? How many people on the road?
On the road, 8.
Oh, it's a decent sized biz. And predominantly residential or commercial as well?
Yeah, it's all real estate pretty much.
Okay.
Mainly resi. We do smoke alarms and electrical and air conditioning.
Yep. And have you always used Simpro, I assume? You said 3 years and that, but you said you went more like ServiceMate, but are you familiar with ServiceMate?
Yeah, I used to use ServiceMate like in a different business.
Gotcha.
And then I tried Tradeify for a bit, but Simpro looked better on paper for some things. But
so, can I ask you, in terms of the business, are customers communicating with you through multiple channels? So, i.e., Facebook, website, phone, SMS, and so on?
Mainly phone, SMS, and email. We don't have any real sales channels. Everything's just repeat stuff with clients.
Okay. So you're pulling in from your Facebook page and your Google My Business page really isn't a priority anyway.
No.
Not
at the moment, but like
no, that's okay.
Future, if we're going to chase more mum and dad kind of work, we will.
Yes.
But
you sound like you're pretty well fed with regular repeat work from the real estate agents.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. So I'd say probably at the moment getting more work isn't really a massive priority.
Nope.
Realistically, what I'll do then is, based on what you've said, is give you a breakdown on how effective LANA is in conjunction with Simpro to improve your customer communication.
Yep.
And that doesn't need to be for new leads, but it can be for existing customers to ensure that none of them are falling through the cracks and that there's basically a chain of communication that's been said with that particular person.
Yep.
Yeah, awesome. I'll run through a quick demo and show you how that looks and feels, and then you can ask me any questions.
Cool.
So I will ignore this little sheet that I've got going here.
And I don't want to miss anything, and like bookings and communication with tenants and stuff like that's our biggest thing we want to cut down on time with, because a lot of manual stuff happening. I'm trying to automate some of that stuff.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, look, we work with lots of different sized businesses. For example, Hicks Group in Western Sydney have multiple unit blocks that they have to coordinate with hundreds of tenants to attend to fix lifts and things like that, and get electrical work done in the apartments. And they've seen a 60% reduction in the amount of calls and admin having to do to meet with the site contact to coordinate site visits for techs. So got some really good positive experiences from existing Simpro customers to solve that exact problem for you. So what I'll do now is I'll just show you, just because I know it isn't about new leads, but just to show you how easy it is for our system to ensure that we capture the contact, whether it be an existing or a new. In your case, it'll probably be the same person most of the time. Our LANA will capture that person's contact, put them in a pipeline under a new lead, so you know that they're unresolved and they need to be managed within our pipeline manager, and how we can seamlessly push that contact So we obviously work with the hierarchy of Simpro, so site, preferred, or existing customer. I think there's 3 types. You can allocate who the communication is going to during the process as well. Yeah. So everything you see from here is built by our team out of the box. You don't have to do anything. We build it all for you. So we've got a web chat that we can add that's customizable to your website. Get a quote form so you can have multiple contact forms added to your website for multiple reasons. You may want to have them fill in for, let's say, for example, you needed to attend a site with 30 different apartments.
Yep.
You could provide a calendar link form and easily enable them all to allocate times that be available for your technicians to go attend a site, for example.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what we offer. So let me just quickly give you a quick look at what that looks and feels like, and we'll go from there. Let's say, for example, someone came through. Do you have I've noticed that you've got 3 Google reviews on your
We don't really
page.
chase them, man, because we're doing real estate. A lot of the time, it's not the end user we're dealing with.
Yes, so you don't really want to be asking that person if it's a tenant and they're like, oh yeah, you
Yeah.
just annoyed us, to be honest, and you got in
Yep.
our way.
Yep.
We're going to give you a 1-star because we just can.
Yep.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Whereas, if you're doing stuff for people who are paying for it themselves, generally, you get proper feedback.
Yeah, yeah. So look, just let me go through what we're doing and then you can give me your feedback. So let's say, for example, someone did come through Facebook, Instagram, Google My Business, the web chat, contact forms, all of those places. They're all pulled directly into LANA, and LANA can automatically respond to them depending upon the time of day. So if it's during the day, it would say we're currently on the phone. We'll get back to you in a moment. If it's the weekend, it will say it's weekend hours and when to book a callback time. And if it's after hours, we could do emergency call outs. So for example, a lot of our Simpro customers enjoy the fact that previously they would get an inquiry at 2 a.m, send out a subby, and sometimes someone else beats them to the job and they've got to pay for the subby for attending that site visit. That doesn't exist with us. With us, you have the ability to say, Colin, thanks for your inquiry. You've contacted us during emergency call out time. Here's a call out fee, which will be deducted off the price of your job, and they get paid before they get bothered and send a customer out, a subby out or something like that, right? So we really improve on a bunch of different processes. So in here, what I've done is I've just put in your details and simply put, what we like to do is show you how easily LANA can capture every new lead or existing customer inquiry. Obviously, in this case, you're the customer that's contacted the business. It sent you a nice courtesy text message about who we are, what we do. And if it was after hours, it gives them the opportunity to organize a callback time for a quote. Now, I appreciate that's not really your primary objective, but I just wanted to show you that it does do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say, for example, and I'll just come into here and I just go into conversations. At the top, you'll see, and again, we're on mobile device as well as on the desktop.
Yeah.
So if you do have technicians, they can have a login just like I'm about to show you. So if I did have this on my phone and I was a tech, I could say, for example, I could see the history of the communication that's happening between you and I right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's exactly what's being shown on the desktop. The nice part is, if I'm a tech and I'm usually what a Simpro person would do, our Simpro users normally use the tag technician traveling.
Yeah.
If you implement that tag, LANA will automatically send a text message on behalf of the tech, and then that's a communication that all happens within here. So I'll show you how that looks and feels.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So because the inquiry, because we have your email here, Colin, and because I have your phone number, quite simply, that means that I can SMS you and email you. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know if you really want text to be talking to people on the road, but if they wanted to,
if they need to, like if they can't get a hold of someone, if they rank someone, then they can send them a text.
yep, and that would just be done like that. I just did it, and in a second on my computer screen, there it is.
Yep.
Yeah, all happening in the one place.
Yep.
Could you give me a quick call on that phone number I've been texting you on? So we give you a dedicated phone line. We've got a nice function called missed call text back. It's a fully customizable SMS, but it's a nice way. So then you'll see the calls coming in on my computer here. You can enable call recording for inbound and outbound calls. If that just rings and you hang up for me.
Yep.
Okay. So inbound calls from the messages will be directed to wherever you want the leads to be handled, which would be, I imagine you have an admin team that handles those.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Could you just call me again? That'll divert to me this time. Inbound call. That's there. Just hang up for me. If you just hang up for me. Yeah, tough. So you see we've got a nice missed call text back. Fully customizable text. Instead of actually coming back to just so instead of just coming back to a missed call, the person has the ability to fill in quote details. So a lot of our Simpro users, they they're often getting new customers, so they want to get the site contact, customer details. They enjoy having get a quote, so they come back with all the contact details.
Yep.
You, on the other hand, probably wouldn't be as applicable, but it's always nice. So because I've got your phone number and your email, I can SMS you and email you. Obviously, phone calls are in here as well. If it came through Google My Business, Facebook, or Instagram, it would say so all here. And your admin team can write here, right? So if they're communicating with the customer, that just comes through as a text message directly to you. So that's there. I'll be sure if you're using Simpro for taking payments, are you ever taking sort of ad hoc payments on the go? Like if you're on a site and you quickly want to take a payment? Not really?
No.
No. Just have the effect. We're integrated with Stripe, so if you wanted to do so, you could take a secure payment link just straight through the platform. So in here's where the conversations happen. Over here's your opportunity pipeline, and every lead is added. Excuse me, I'll just put your details in. Every lead is added in the new lead pipeline. Okay. If I want to have a chat to you, I can simply click on call, straight through the platform and have a conversation with you. And what I would normally do is if it was me, we have the ability to push the contact directly in as a lead instantly without you touching it. But normally speaking, I tell my Simpro users, Colin's come in, you could click to call him through the platform while the phone's calling. You could literally click on his name. And so that's dialing. I can have a look at his details on the left-hand side, work out who he is. And so then you've got the site address, right? And then you can allocate the customer type they are, if they're an individual or a company. And we can allocate who the contact is that we communicate with. Hit save. And now I've got the details of that customer. If I don't, let's say, for example, I called Colin, I couldn't get through to him. I could drop him straight into this pipeline here. LANA will automatically chase that person up to say, hey, Colin, you reached out to Waveline Electrical. Your electrical needs are important to us.
Yep.
We've tried to contact you. Feel free to contact us. And it could chase them again every 3 hours, every 5 hours, 7 days, whatever you like. But it's a nice means of chasing up leads for you.
Mm-hmm.
So in here, you've got a new lead. With the new Simpro update, we can create a quote or a job as well. Yeah. In this case, I'm just going to create a quote and just drag it across, and that's it. It's instantly dragged and created all of the details that we've just captured into the Simpro account as a contact and a quote. I'll come over here and log in. Takes about 5 seconds, and there you are there.
Yep.
Okay. Address and so on. And now what I normally say to Simpro users is you just do what you do normally in Simpro. We just improve the experience. So when you come into the settings area, any stage, any status, or any tag can trigger LANA to automatically push the workflow along. Yeah.
Yep.
So let's say, for example, going back to the original communication, let's just say, for example, you've got someone on the mobile app and the technician's traveling and they change the status. They hit save and finish. LANA's going to automatically send a communication to you to say that the technician's on the way.
Cool.
No problem. So by definition, this is where the conversations are happening. Is because I changed that tag, it automatically updated and sent you a text message to say we'd like to advise our technicians on the way.
Yep.
Yeah. So the chain of communication, as you requested, is all being held in the one place. Your admin team in the office can see that your technician stated he's on his way.
Yep.
And obviously, if the customer isn't available, then they can text back and say, hey, we're out of here or whatever it may be. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So coming into here, is chasing quotes important as well?
Yes and no. Still real estate stuff, you know what I mean? Like
real estate agents don't like to be chased, and you don't like to step on toes of people that give you lots of work. So probably not important, but I just want to give you another example.
Yep.
Changing any of these statuses, yeah? So quote sent, if you need to chase that quote up, LANA will automatically do that. So it's automatically going to push the job card into the quote sent pipeline.
Because I can set a status, I can change the status and make a new status for like private customers, and then we can just use
absolutely. So we will apply a tag for every contact uploaded into our system.
Yeah.
With the words real estate, and that tag will mean that it will never chase quotes, or it can distinguish, whether it's a private resi job or a real estate agent.
Yeah.
Because you've got multiple quotes coming through, it's super important that Colin has now had the quote number 6181 applied. And there it is in there. So if Colin sends 3 more quotes, you can see where they all are at various stages.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, in terms of the quote itself, I'm just going to go to the cost center, apply a cost center, and show you how the booking reminders work. It's still in quote stage. By the way, if you convert it to job, we track the job queue as well, right? So if it's in quote and you're going out to do a job and quote it, we have 2 options. If you create a slot within the diary, let's say, for example, this Saturday at 7:30 to 9 o'clock, by simply leaving that static, you can choose if it's 1, 2, 3, or 20 minutes. After that 3-minute mark, for example, LANA will automatically send a confirmation and appointment reminders prior to that appointment.
Yep.
If you change it afterwards, it will send the new updated appointment confirmation and reminders. Okay.
Does that have to be done in the schedule for the reminders, or could it just be on, like, you need to put it on a date in Simpro, not in your pending job list? Does it have to be scheduled for it to send out the auto reminders?
That's the primary way we do it. And what would be the alternative way that you're asking?
So we just usually have like a list of, because we try not to book a certain time with the tenant because they always stuff us around.
Yeah, they move, time to move. Yep.
Yeah, we just generally have like a day, like we're coming on the 19th, right?
Well, and then instead of pulling and extracting the time, it will just say the day of.
Yeah, cool.
And the reminder won't say we'll see you at 9 o'clock tomorrow. It'll say it's a friendly reminder from Waveline Electrical to say that we'll be attending your property tomorrow.
Yeah. So, but what I'm saying is, because we don't even use the scheduler, to be honest.
Okay. So how do you send out appointment reminders?
We just do it manually through like a text, like a separate text app. But we don't really send, we book it once, we don't send another reminder, if you know what I mean?
Sure. Well, then what's the separate text app that you use?
Text Magic or something like that. It's just like, you can just do like a bulk one. So we'd say like we've got 10 jobs or 20 jobs on that day. We just send out like a bulk text of 20 numbers. Hey, we're coming on this day. It's hard to track though. We can't really track it properly, if you know what I mean.
But you can with us.
Yeah. But
so this would be the alternative. I've got lots of options for you.
Yeah.
The alternative would be you get the contacts and you just have a CSV and you upload the contacts that you're going to be attending.
Yeah.
And send them a bulk message this way.
Is it so if you go into your Simpro?
Yes.
Go into pending jobs, go jobs, and then go pending jobs. Oh, you probably won't have any in there. See how you got like a scheduled day?
Yes.
Yeah. So we pretty much just put a date on all our jobs like that. And then the guys see it on their device with like, they'd have 10 jobs on that day. You know what I mean? And then they go to their jobs. But just using this pending jobs list, or just from the actual job, let's say you go into that top job or whatever.
Well, I can go to yours and just convert you to a job.
Yeah, go there. So within this job, let's say you put a date on it.
How do I put a date on it?
Go settings. Due date. Let's just go next week sometime. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you use that tag, like and add a tag to it down there, will that send out a reminder that way because it's got a date on it or not?
Well, I would assume so because I can do it from any one of these fields.
Yeah. So so you could just add a tag, push to LANA. Is that the one you use or something? Or
yeah, if we want to, it depends on if it's a quote or what the function is. But yeah, so we could just say appointment reminder and create a tag for you saying appointment reminder. Yeah. And then it would extract that date.
Yeah, cool. Because that's how we do it, because we don't use the scheduler in Simpro.
Right, everyone uses Simpro so differently.
I know. But as long as
if you look at this, right, just so you know, we have our own calendar.
Yeah.
So you could book all your appointments and reminders straight out of our system, which integrates with Google and Outlook.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that we have our own calendars.
Keep the least amount of systems as possible, but
I get that. I totally get that. No, that's okay. So what else can I show you? to give you some confidence, because obviously you got the idea, right?
I
So
get
if
the
the job's
idea.
completed and you want to send a Google review, you just hit job completed and it'll send it out.
Yeah.
So is there anything else specifically you would want to have other than the all the central communication in one place?
Like our stuff will change. Like the pipelines will change. Like it will always be predominantly real estate. We're also a warranty contractor for a couple of air conditioning brands as well.
Yep.
So like a lot of our work is all that kind of repeat work. Just being able to send reminders, and even at once depends on how it goes. On one stage, if we can give them the option to pick a day and a time slot, like that's possible, yeah. Like
Yeah,
in a
of course it
calendar.
is. Yeah, yeah. That was the demonstration that I
Yeah.
did at the beginning.
Let's say
So
we
I
send
could
it.
I could give you a calendar. I could give you 10 calendars, one for
Because
warranty work,
yeah,
one for service work, and then you could just have that. That's how Hicks uses it with multiple calendars.
how we would set it up, because we service like Brisbane, Gold Coast, Ipswich, if you know what I mean. Like we probably have like, we're not in every area every day.
Yeah, it's exactly the way the Central Coast Air Conditioning do it. They have a page where it has thank you, and then they choose a time, they choose a suburb they're in, and
Yeah.
the corresponding regions that they have techs in that day are the only days and times they show.
Yeah, that's good. So, because like that's for the zones, yeah, in Simpro.
We've built our own ability to do that on your website. So we would have a calendar that you would like a map. It would
Yeah.
list all the suburbs. Like,
Yeah.
so let's say, I don't know Brisbane or Queensland that well, but if it said Sutherland Shire and it
Yeah.
comes down with the postcodes, or they type in the postcode, it will then show only the corresponding dates and times of the technicians. Maybe they're only in on Thursdays, in that area on Thursdays, Fridays. It'll only show those, and it may only show them between 11 and 1. So that's really a short overview of what we've got in terms of integration. And then obviously within our platform itself, we have a complete CRM. So if you do want to send out, excuse me, if you want to, obviously all your contacts are automatically in our system. It's a two-way sync with Simpro. So if
Yeah.
you add anything mainly in Simpro, it'll directly add a contact and create it within LANA.
Yeah.
And you can do bulk promotions, bulk SMS, bulk email. You import all of your contacts with your
CSV.
tags.
Yeah.
The tags enable us to do different messaging depending upon if it's a real estate or maybe it's a private job,
Yeah.
and so on. We do have some amazing marketing features, so you can schedule all your marketing posts. I know it doesn't seem to be a priority maybe for you,
Yeah.
but you can do that within our system. But realistically, the point of our integration for you would be improving as a job goes through, having nice visibility on all the pipelines at their stages, and we can
Yeah.
customize all of these to suit your business. And you can have multiple types. So if you've got 3 customer types, you might have warranty jobs, real estate jobs, and so on, and then be able to track all of them in one place.
Yeah.
I use LANA even for recruitment. I use it for my hiring process. So, we have the ability to actually, have a candidate come in, automatically drag them across, they'll get sent, process. So there's a number of things that it can do. It gives you nice visibility on reporting as well.
Yeah.
So you can see where each of your, if you were running ads, connecting how your calls are being recorded, Facebook, etc. But also for dashboard, you'll be able to see how many contacts are coming in and at what various pipeline stages they're at. So how many are coming in as a new lead and actually coming through to a completed job or paid job.
That's cool.
So you do get some metrics on that as well. Mine looks lame and not interesting because it's a demo.
Yeah.
But if you have a look at my core account for my actual company, just would have some more opportunities. You can see these are all my pipeline stages and
Yep.
what people look like. Yeah. So you do get some nice metrics. You can set tasks. So the person who's logged in, you can allocate tasks again. Let's say, for example, I know 20 Dove Street needs to have an electrical job done, and I can apply it to one of my users so that when you log in on your dashboard, you can see all the tasks that are due for you that day.
Yep.
You can
Cool.
apply those to staff as well. It tells you where all your leads are coming from if you were running marketing, so what the source of those leads are. And it actually integrates with your Google account, so it can track how you're performing in terms of leads from your Google My Business and your website itself. So it's a complete CRM, pipeline manager, And it does have that ability to automate process like chasing up or sending notifications or sending messaging to your customers with one central hub of communication, which sounds like it's what you were looking for.
It is.
I suppose, it's one thing me going through and showing you how it looks on an account, and the other is you actually having it implemented in your business and trying it out for yourself. So do you want me to show you the pricing and everything that we've seen today and how it works?
Yeah. Well, my concern was like SMS costs and stuff like that.
I've got two options for you. One's a $60 unlimited per month fixed fee. So $60 per month, and you get your own dedicated number with two-way messaging, everything I showed you. The only thing that doesn't happen with that is there's no bulk messaging, so you can't send out like 1,000 messages at once. Whereas with the other carrier, you have to, if you're just using it for conversations and two-way messaging and all the automation I showed you today, that you can have unlimited messaging for $60 a month. So that'll stay within the budget, so you don't have to be worried about any sort of surprise bills. Pricing. So everything I showed you today as a Simpro customer is on the premium plan, which is the way it works is the automation plan. And when you subscribe to the automation plan, the one thing that you need is the Simpro integration. Yeah. The one thing that we do have is that you have a one-time setup fee of $1,500. What does that include? You get 4 weeks of one-to-one support with Chris, my custom client success manager, I should say, who's based in Sydney, to guide you through it, import your contacts, maximize how you use the platform. We've in fact created a course if you wanted to have a watch of that course over the Christmas break. And it's available for you guys to set yourselves up, because to be honest, there's no onboardings now until January 4, or January 2nd. So I'd basically be happy to set you up your account. You'll have it to play with, and your 30 days won't start. I'm happy not even to have the 30 days. I'm happy to say until your third onboarding is complete, more than happy for you to get a full refund at that point. Okay, so you'd be up for $249 per month with a one-time setup fee of $1,500. If you pay for the annual subscription up front, you say, hey Johnny, I really love it, we're not going to change it, it's perfect for what we need, that actually comes down to $199 a month, but you do have to pay the whole year up front. So you get a 20% discount for $249 per month. No lock-in contracts, unless you pay for the whole year up front, which you're locking yourself in. Okay, and that's all we need. It'll automatically create your account. Chris is with me today, but we can get him to quickly give you a call to just show you where everything that's been sent through to you, and you'll have your account created. And we've got a really nice course if you want to get started having a play with it over the Christmas break. That'll be no problem.
Isn't it about time you gave LANA a try? Book a demo with us today and get your free account for as little as $1 for a month.